All right, it is time for our predictions for this year's college football season. Who's your winner for the ACC, by the way?
I am going to go Miami. I think they're going to beat SMU in the title game.
Okay.
Miami is going to slip up in the regular season at some point,
Yeah.
but one loss isn't going to kill them, especially if they lose to Notre Dame,
No.
because that's an out of conference game, or that doesn't count towards ACC standings.
Hey,
But I
don't say
you
that
know,
too loud because the Pitt head coach said that and they got destroyed anyways.
They did, but Pitt was old Pat Narduzzi.
Yeah,
He's one of the longest tenured head coaches in the sport, which is just kind of funny
which is
that Pitt
hilarious.
is okay with that. But
Yes.
um, I think Miami is the most talented team in the conference. Doesn't always mean they're going to win, but
Mm-hmm.
SMU, I love seeing them being successful, just being here locally in Dallas. Kevin Jennings played his high school football 8 miles south of SMU's campus, and he's been there
Mm-hmm.
for this is his third year starting, which is kind of a rarity at the same school in the sport now. So I do think SMU is going to be really good, but I think Miami wins it.
Give me Miami Louisville as your ACC title game. Give me Miami. I think Louisville Miami would be perfect for a round 2 matchup. Anyways, SEC. I will go with Georgia and Oklahoma. Anything?
I think you're just stealing my pick there because what I think is going to happen. Georgia and OU play in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and that game's in Athens. I think
Yeah.
that's going to be a game that OU wins. Georgia's going to get off to a bit of a sleepy start, and Georgia for the last couple of years they've won the SEC, so I can't say they've been like not good, but
Yeah.
they have not been the Georgia that we were used to seeing in the early part of the 2020s, right when they were winning. Excuse me, when they
Back
were
to
winning
back.
national championships. Yeah, they're good, but you can beat them. We saw
Mm-hmm.
that with Alabama last year, beat them in Athens, and they very nearly lost to Ole Miss at home as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it took them, I think it took them overtime to beat Tennessee, eventually an 8-4 Tennessee team on the road. So, I don't think Georgia's as invincible as they have been. I think
Mm-hmm.
OU are going to build on everything they did last year when they finished top 10, but did not play like a top 10 team a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
time. And yet they still found a way to win 10 games, make the college football playoff. So I think OU with John Mateer, so long as he doesn't break his thumb again,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to be a better quarterback. I think the running game and the offensive line are going to be better than they were last year. The receivers are going to be better, and the defense, is going to be top tier, even with players they've lost. Venables has always found a way to make sure that the lines and his linebackers are just some of the best in the country.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think OU is going to surprise some people and make the SEC title game. I
Right.
don't think they're going to win it. I think Georgia's going to get revenge in the SEC title game. They're going to win it again.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and then are they going to lose in the first round of the play or their first playoff game like they have the last 2 years?
We'll
Maybe,
see.
but
We'll
I
see.
think Georgia's going to win again.
All right. Big Ten. I'm conflicted. I don't know who to pick. Anyways, I kind of want to go with Oregon and Michigan, honestly, just to throw a complete wild card out there.
So you don't believe in Ohio State?
No, I like
number
Ohio
one.
State fans being sad when they lose to Michigan. It makes my heart feel much better as a person, anyways.
The Ohio State was like number one, almost wire to wire last year after they beat Texas in their first game. They were number one up until they lost to Indiana in the Big Ten title game because they weren't challenged. Like
Yeah.
we were talking earlier about how the Big Ten is going to be better this year, top to bottom. Like it's going to be deeper than it was last year.
Mm-hmm.
Not only are some of the teams going to be better that were just terrible last year,
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State played the only team. Gosh, the only team that they played last year of some of the quote unquote top teams, at least in the preseason,
Was it Washington?
State. They did play at Washington, but Washington
Mm-hmm.
was unranked when they
Okay.
played that game. They played at Washington, but then they didn't play Indiana till the title
Mm-hmm.
game, didn't play USC,
Mm.
didn't play Indiana. Oregon. They a lot of these teams that they were very good in the Big Ten, they didn't play.
Mm-hmm.
They play Indiana this year. They play on the road at Indiana. They play
Yep.
Michigan like they always do. I believe they play USC
At USC this
so
year too.
They have a lot tough, and they play in Texas at week 2. So
Mm-hmm.
they're going to be tested a lot more. If Ohio State is truly the best team in the country, like the AP voters have said before the season, we will know it pretty early. Not like
Mhm.
last year where we thought they were and then we realized they weren't.
Mhm.
This year, we're going to know if they're really as good as we think they are. We're going to find out pretty quick, especially when they go to Austin in week 2.
Yep.
But I think they could go 10-2 and still make the Big Ten title game, right? Like
Yeah.
they lose to Austin to UT and they lose to Indiana on the road.
Yeah.
They would only have one conference loss and they could still go to the title game. I think Oregon is the best team in the country. I think Oregon's probably going to win the Big Ten this year. And I'll say they beat Ohio State like they
Okay.
should have 2 years ago, but then Ohio State didn't make the game and Penn State made it instead.
Mhm.
I'll just go chalk. I mean, Ohio State, Oregon were 1-2 in the preseason poll, so I think they'll make it, but I think Oregon will win the Big Ten.
Big 12. Who do we got in here? Because this is a wild card. I don't know who to pick.
Yeah, Texas Tech is like Miami. On paper, they're better than everybody else in the conference, but after all the Brendan Sorsby stuff, playing Will Hammond, who's a guy that tore his ACL last year.
He was all right.
He was good when he played, but what's he going to be like coming off injury? How are they going to be replacing a guy like Jacob Rodriguez, who was like the heart and soul of that defense? Now, Texas Tech does still have 3 of the best linebackers in the country coming back, but they don't have our guy who went number 2 in the NFL draft last year, David Bailey. The defensive end who was just a game wrecker. Texas Tech will still be very good. Last year, I picked Baylor to win the conference. I'm not doing that again.
Am I crazy to say BYU?
BYU should still be good this year. I think BYU will be in a better position to compete with Texas Tech than they were last year when Bear Bachmeier was starting for them as a true freshman, and they won 12 games. The only games they lost were against Texas Tech, and they still won 12 games. They beat Georgia Tech in the Pop-Tarts Bowl last year.
Yes.
BYU will be good. And
do we trust WVU yet with Rich Rodriguez yet? Or we need
we don't till they show us that we can trust them.
Okay.
We're still a little questionable about Utah. I love Devin Dampier. He was one of my dark horse Heisman guys last year, and then Utah ended up losing to both Texas Tech and BYU. TCU, we're talking about Jaden Craig, their Harvard transfer earlier. I kind of need to see that first. Houston, the team a lot of people I think are sleeping on.
Okay.
Houston also won a lot of games last year by 1 score. So can they repeat that? I don't know. USC did that a couple years ago with Caleb Williams, won all these 1-score games. We're like, oh my God, they're going to be so good again. And then next year they came back down to earth and lost a bunch of 1-score games. So don't know about Houston. And then Kansas State.
Do we trust Kenny Dillingham at ASU is the better one?
Not really. I think they'll be fine, but not championship tier.
Okay.
How about the other Arizona school? Arizona with Noah Fafita has, Noah Fafita, this is going to be his 4th year starting there.
Oh, wow.
2023 was his first year starting. He took over midseason that year. And he's been there. This is his 4th year. We're talking about, it's unheard of, like Kevin Jennings staying at SMU for as long as he did. It's true. Even more unheard of that Noah Fafita has been at the same school for 4 years. So Arizona might be a little better than they have been in years past, but Colorado, no. Kansas, no.
Kansas is waiting for basketball season to start. That's what they're waiting for.
Yeah, they had their little run as a football school a couple years ago.
Yeah,
they are not. Yeah, I'll go Texas Tech over BYU. I'll just go chalk there too.
Is there another conference we should keep an eye out for? By the way,
no. I mean, at the group of 5, group of 6, however many groups conferences are in this group, however you want to quantify it. Boise State, team to look for. Hawaii is a team to look for. Memphis is always a team to look for. UNLV could be a little interesting. Dan Mullen's still there. I mean, like we were talking about earlier, North Dakota State. I'm very curious to see what they do in their first year at the FBS level. But no, none of them. I don't think you're going to have Boise State with Ashton Genty a couple of years ago. There's not going to be a team like that. I don't think. If there is, we have not found them yet. They have to kind of become that. We knew before that year that Ashton Genty was going to be really good. and all that jazz. But nobody at the group of 5 level really like jumps out to me yet. Like James Madison and Tulane from last year, don't think they're going to be quite as good. So it'll be fun to see what group of 5, group of 6 team like steps up and becomes that, that contender at that level.
All right. Who's your first coach fired in college football, by the way?
I could see it being Norvell at Florida State if they get off to a really bad start. I mean, they play Alabama in week 3 again, who I know they beat them last year, but I don't know if I trust them to do it again, especially on the road. I was just trying to Belichick. I think they're going to give him until the end of the year.
Dave Aranda, probably.
Aranda could get out to a poor start. It's very surprising they kept him around.
Luke Fickell.
That was my kiss of death last year, though. I picked Baylor to win the conference, and they didn't. I'll still go Norvell. Okay. I think Norvell will Fickell at Wisconsin. They're pumping a little more money into the program, so maybe
we'll see. We'll
help them a little bit. But the dairy rate has not really gone to plan there.
I will say I'm gonna give you a wild card. I'm gonna say Shane Beamer at University of South Carolina.
They had a really bad year last year, and Lenore Sellers regressed immensely. But hey, Nick Harbor, their receiver, who's like a freak athlete. This is the year. This is like the 4th year we've said this. This is the year he puts it together. I don't know. They love him there. It's not like the fan base is not turned on him like some of the other coaches. So I'd be surprised if he was the first to go, but if they limp to another 4-8 season like they did last year, then especially bringing Lenore Sellers back, then I mean that could be a surprise candidate that could get let go.
I'll throw Lincoln Riley in there too, just to keep the narrative going, at least for us.
That'd be pretty funny if if that ends up happening.
All right, who's your Heisman Trophy winner? Am I crazy to say Malachi Tony just not to be a homer, but I just think he's the most entertaining thing in college football?
Yeah, because I'm going to say Jeremiah Smith. I think we take for granted how good Jeremiah Smith is. And even last year, he's literally the best player in the sport, but he's not a quarterback. So we don't, immediately look at him. And he wasn't doing the thing that, two sides of the ball like Travis Hunter was whenever he won it.
Yeah.
So I think we'll finally acknowledge Jeremiah Smith and give him his flowers this year.
Okay. We'll do that. I will try to give him. I'll give him like a single rose, like it's a bachelor or bachelorette. Anyways, here's your rose. Just shut up and go play football. At least Jeremiah Smith.
Which we're almost there. We're almost time to see it on the field.
All right, promote what's going on. I love music. Some musings on music. I know you made fun of an artist. I think it was Tyga. You said from 2011. That was a great article, by the way.
I mean, I tried not to just make fun of him. I tried to rip him to shreds because he used AI to make an entire 80s pop album. And this dude is a rapper who can't sing. And the whole thing was just a mess. But yeah, musingsonmusic.substack.com. Recently got the URL changed over. The guy who had that URL passed it on to me. So I appreciate that.
There you go.
Yeah, we've got, weekly articles, album reviews, song reviews, think pieces, musingsonmusic.substack.com. You can find that on my Twitter, my Instagram. My Twitter is at CFREEDFW. And then my Instagram is BC Freemon, FREEMON. You can find the links there. And then look at my professional work. I am at Fox 4 News in Dallas, Fort Worth. You can go to fox4news.com and read about all of the local happenings in North Texas, from Hood County all the way up to Cook County and everywhere in between. We got you covered.
He's got different area codes. Don't worry about it. Am I right, Carter?
Oh yeah, that's doesn't matter where it is. Learn about a new small town in North Texas every week.
Definitely, for sure. Carter, we'll talk to you after the Michigan-Oklahoma game. I will say that. I have it down. We'll be good to go then.
All right. Looking forward to just watching some football again.
Same.
So close.
We were very close. Same too.